how does that affect your game prep?
A little bit. I mean, we talked extensively yesterday and today about some of their personnel, Bagley especially, because he hurt us last time we played him. So, yeah, it changes a little bit, but they're going to be still kind of playing the same way and playing out of the same sets and actions. And for us, it's always about getting back in transition, and that's with Fox on the floor. That's always going to be an issue. And then the rebounding is going to be huge for us with Holmes back. So, yeah, the main kind of tenets of our prep are, as we've gone through the season, has always been about us and what we want to do, and not so much about the opponent. And, our transition defense, getting our defense set is number one, and rebounding is number two. And then dealing with whatever actions we see is probably number three. So number one and two are constants. And, we did go over number three, some yesterday, some today. And, I don't anticipate that changing too much, even with the, guys being out.
With the foul trouble that Christian got in early the other night, said, he was just trying to play a little bit more aggressive, and that's why that happened. Do you want him to have that same mindset still, or do you kind of have to talk to him about being able to avoid doing that?
No, I want him to be aggressive. So, I played him with two, and he got the third, and I was kind of going back and forth. Should I throw him in there and have him still be aggressive, and hopefully he won't get his fourth in the first half? But, I kept him on the bench, but he needs to be aggressive for us to be better defensively.
Any more questions in the room?
Yeah, Coach, what's made Christian unique for you this year? What's his contribution been, if you characterize it for me?
His versatility, especially on the offensive end. He can pick and pop. He's a dynamic roller. He rebounds the ball very well. He is one of the few guys at his size that can rebound the ball on the defensive end and then push the ball up the floor and make a play for himself or make a play for his teammates. And then when he catches the ball at the elbow, he's got a lot to go to. He can drive the ball and finish it, or he can shoot his jumper, or he can, go to a dribble handoff and then pop to three or roll to the rim. So I would say it's definitely his versatility at his size.
And then Kevin Porter Jr. is kind of a young, burgeoning talent. How do you keep him aggressive but keep his kind of decision making and discernment in check at the same time?
Yeah, it's a process. It's him going through the learning curve of becoming a point guard in the NBA, and it started midway through last year, but not even a calendar year ago. So, yeah, it's very much based on the experiences that he gets, the, games that he plays, watching the film, going through practice, learning and growing from the mistakes or the positive things that happen. And just like any other point guard, as they get older, they usually get better. So that's going to be him.
All right, we have one question on Zoom. Go ahead, please, Adam.
Hey, Stephen, when you look at the schedule for the next month, you don't play a lot of games. You don't have a back-to-back. Is that a rare opportunity for you guys to really get in the gym practice-wise and work on some stuff both individually and as a group?
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, we have, I believe 3 days after Golden State, and then we have, I think in that stretch, maybe we have 2 games in 7 days or something like that. So yeah, it'd be great to have real practices where you can go live in multiple segments of the practice and stop and teach and learn and grow, and then do it the next day instead of having to, worry about the load and the games coming up, the back-to-back coming up or whatever. Our practice time is so important to our group, because we have so many young guys and we're trying to teach them. And, like I said before, we've been very, very simple as far as what we've been doing. but the teams that we're playing, becomes a little bit more complicated. So, that learning curve, you don't want to have to do that every time during games. You want to explore that during practices and see what works and see what doesn't when the stakes aren't quite as high. So yeah, having the time off will do two things. It'll allow us to learn better and grow and, kind of use practice as a live, dress rehearsal. And then it'll also give us the opportunity for guys who are banged up or the guys who are, kind of feeling it at this time of the season, because that's how it is. This time of the year, as everybody knows, they'll get a little bit more rest, which is equally as important.